Yo, 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 yo. Time to go ham for potatoes indeed. Anyway, what's up? We're not officially started yet. We're not officially started yet. I wanted to flip us over early just to make sure that everything worked. Is this not fucking adorable? Thank you. Well, that works. Gonna check that the hammer is good to go. Is this not cute as hell? This Ouija board, cutting board, is this not fucking sick? Yes! The merged camera setup is back. And I wanted to make sure everything went. Thank you! I'm so glad they held up before the fucking show started. Because sometimes they go to shit before. God, I'm gonna have to remember. Did they put their info on this? I will have to get it. So here's the thing, we got it at a flea market exclusively for spooky shit. And that's where I got this as well. It is unfortunately a little bit too delicate to like be using for actual cutting board purposes. So I do have another cutting board over here. But yeah, Luigi board. But I'm gonna have it anyway just for picture purposes because hopefully today we make some things that are actually delicious. Anyway, we're not officially starting yet. I just wanted to make sure that all of my toys seem to be cooperating. And it looks like they are. I redid my setup, I played with a bunch of shit, and it looks like it's cooperating. I mean, hi Deader. Hello Deader, what's up? Bought very important things like a timer. Because it's funny, every time you need a kitchen timer, it's like that's when your hands are like full of gunk and stuff. A good amount of Kinects is involved. Actually, if we haven't started yet, I will grab the picture from Discord. Because we're still vibing and hanging out. I wanted to reduce the amount of Kinects that this required. That did not happen. This now involves more stuff that is Kinects and more stuff that is not Kinects. Let me get the pictures, share with y'all. We'll get started in a hot minute. There we go, that's the... Yeah, so this is my work keyboard. I bought this, and it's very, very, very fun to type on. It's mechanical, so it's normally with my work computer, but because it's wireless, I have it over here on the desk. I know, it's so cute! But yes, so my setup now involves more Kinects and more other stuff. So that's fun, that's fun, that's fun, that's fun. It could be an ASMR. God, doing ASMR would be fun. The problem is people who are into ASMR are very freaky deaky about it. Like, why can't you people just be normal? Why can't you people just be normal? We all saw what the girl got in trouble for doing on her ASMR channel, right? Like, we all saw that, right? Like, what she got in trouble for? Yeah, there's a lot of Kinects. Kinects holds this whole operation together. I tried to reduce the amount of Kinects. Didn't happen. Did not happen. Well, she gave a microphone a blowjob. And got kicked off the platform for that. I mean, even for Twitch standards, it was a lot. It was a lot. And listen, I'm not gonna bug on anybody, but if it's like, I said this on Twitter, I really like ASMR content where it's just like a weird girl is nice to me. Like, that's all I fucking need. I don't need any of this, whatever's happening here. I didn't hear it with sound. I didn't turn it on with sound. Speaking of sounds, can you guys hear the parrots? Actually, hold on. Let me stop the music for a second. I wonder if you guys can hear them. We still haven't started, by the way. Let me see if I can... Filters. I'm gonna kill the noise gate for a moment. Let's see if you can hear. Now they shut up. Oh, you hear them? Awesome! So I can't show you guys them without pulling my whole setup apart. But so I have my window open because they're going to be deep frying shit. And well, thank you. But I have my window open because I'm going to be deep frying shit, and I don't want it to be a million degrees in here. But there is a big ass flock of fucking parrots in the tree across the way. These are wild parrots! These are wild parrots. So San Diego has wild parrots. Originally, they are not native. They are not native. They are pets that got out and established a successful colony. I have 0 birds. They're all wild birds. So yeah, here I am trying to do a show and there are wild animals outside. So that's fun. That's fun. Of any noise that could be coming from a city, I'm glad it's the parrots. But yeah, how are you guys tonight? I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. I've busted my butt. This stream got a little bit out of control. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought this would be fun to do, and then I kept adding ideas like, oh, it'd be fun if I made sure this worked. Oh, I'd be sure if I made sure that worked. And it quickly became a huge cooking stream, which is fine by me, and I'm very excited for it, but it's a lot to put together. Hopefully it's very fun. Also, this is my first time doing a cooking stream where I expect everything to taste good. Like, every other time that we've been a cooking stream, there's been weird things like, oh, let's do it in an easy bake oven, or oh, let's make prison food. I expect everything here. There is going to be mayonnaise. Oh, that bot's not running. Let me get that bot for you. There is going to be mayonnaise today. And it's not going to be abused mayonnaise. It's going to be mayonnaise used ethically. Very important to use your... I know! No crimes this time. No crimes this time. I'm not going to do any monster milk. No monster milk is coming this time. That's so funny that you guys can hear the birds. Oh yeah, oh yeah, you just came in. Let me pull that back out. I had it on in a second. It's mechanical, and I love this thing. It's adorable. But yes, so what we were doing today, Monster Milk is when you pour Monster, as in the energy drink, into milk. And there's a clip of it. I think I edited a clip of it for TikTok as well. That's the correct reaction. That's the correct reaction. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's a lot. But yes, that is not happening today. Today we're going to do 2 things. And 2 variants of those 2 things. Oh, you broke a part. No part of your keyboard doesn't work. Oh, Peace out, honk. Let's see, where was I? Oh, so we're gonna do 2 things today. We're going to be doing potato mochi, you know, like from Pokemon. You guys love playing the Pokemons. So we're gonna try and do those, see what those actually taste like. And the other thing that we are gonna do is, hi Alex. The other thing that we are gonna do is we're gonna do takoyaki. And we are going to do takoyaki without the takoyaki pans. If you've ever seen how they make takoyaki, they have this adorable little pan. That they put the batter in. We're gonna do it without one of those. And as we go, I'm even gonna make some suggestions so that way if you don't have an Asian grocery store near you, you might be able to even pull off takoyaki still. We're also gonna try a couple different ways of doing takoyaki. And one thing I noticed when doing potato mochi is, you can do it in a way that's very Japanese, but other people were like, you know, if you don't want to do it Japanese, you can just put cheese in it. So we're gonna try it with cheese too, and I'm very excited about that. So that's exciting. Let's see. How long have we been live? Let me stop this timer before this goes off. So yeah, I jumped in super early just to make sure my setup would work, but it looks like people are here, so... That being said, y'all want to start cooking? You want to make some actual meals today? Because I think we should, and I think we could. Don't worry, those adorable trays will be back soon. Yes, takoyaki! You guys are gonna be so excited when the little baby octopi come out, because they do have octopi that are babies. They're teeny tiny because they're supposed to use baby octopi for this. Hopefully the airplane noise doesn't come through. You guys can absolutely hear that plane, can't you? There's something on the edge of your... Oh! Sorry about that. They're fixed. Fixed. Yeah, sorry about that. Hi, Grimhilda. Hello, hello, hello. So with no further ado, I suppose it is time to get into recipe number 1. Hopefully we don't have too many aircraft today. Let's see. So the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to prepare our takoyaki batter because we are going to... I'll let you in on the little cheat code. I'll let you in. I'm going to spoil the ending before we get there. This is how you do takoyaki without a takoyaki pan. You make the batter, you put it in an ice cube tray, you give it a little while to get cold, and then you fry it. So what we're going to do is we are going to make our takoyaki batter first. I'm going to put these in the freezer for a little while just so they can get cold. And then in the meantime, while those are getting cold, we're going to do the potato mochi. And then once these guys are chilled out, then we will fry them. And in the event they don't freeze, I cheated. I put a few of them in the freezer already so I did a test run of this on Wednesday. They came out delicious. So I still have some frozen ones in the freezer from then. So if they don't freeze in time, we have a plan B. The person who I found this recipe from also said one thing you can do is that if you are, how did he put this? Agnostic on the shape of your takoyaki, you are okay with your takoyaki not having the iconic ball shape. You can just throw the dough right in hot oil. So we're gonna try that too. He described it as being shaped like fried chicken, and I'd imagine, yeah, freeform takoyaki, avant-garde takoyaki. Takoyaki without limits. Takoyaki should never be limited. I'm gonna get a takoyaki tattoo. That's a really fucking good idea for a tattoo. I'm full of good ideas. But first, let's prepare our batter. Let me get my recipe up on screen. Yes, no rules. Let me get my recipe up on screen here. Let's see. First and foremost, we are going to need a cup of flour and then some dashi. Do I have water? Okay, cool. So for this one, I will be... Wow, it keeps sliding back over and revealing this... Hold on, let me do this. Let me try and adjust this camera a little bit. Sorry about that. Filmed in Palm Vision. Actually, if I push these down, will that lean the camera up? No. This camera's not cooperating. Sorry about that. There we go. No rules, get fat. Okay, so... The first thing that we are going to do is get our dough ready. And I'm going to use this big ugly bowl for it because the takoyaki dough does tend to go a little bit all over the place. So accordingly, we are going to compensate for that. It's not the easiest bowl to film out of, but it means that batter isn't going to be everywhere. Outback Takoyaki House. God... I'm trying to imagine, how would you combine the deliciousness of takoyaki with the communal experience that is the bloomin' onion? Can't believe I managed to do this without getting, flour everywhere. That's a first. Oh yes, bloomin' onions. I love blooming onions. They're not good, but I enjoy them anyway. All right, there we go. That's flour, and I'm not going to spend much time telling you guys about flour because hopefully you're aware of what flour is. However, I do have something interesting that a lot of you probably are not familiar with. This, and I'm holding it up to the camera, and I'm completely missing the camera, is called dashi. And you will see what takoyaki is. They are fried balls of dough with octopus in them, and mayonnaise and some other sauces on top. They are very iconic in a lot of Japanese media. I know for sure they're in a bunch of Nintendo games specifically. Ooh, pull apart takoyaki like pull apart bread. That sounds incredible. I know there's an Animal Crossing villager who's shaped like a takoyaki. This is normal cooking. This is, I'm gonna actually make good food. But anyway. And by the way, having done this experiment, takoyaki is actually pretty flexible to make. If you want to make it the traditional festival way, you probably need an Asian grocery store in your neighborhood. However, you could probably substitute a lot of what I'm putting in here for more easy to find things, and it would still be delicious. Yeah, you can buy it in Yakuza. That sounds right. Yep. I totally believe it's in Yakuza. It is a pretty iconic Japanese like festival staple. Pretty much anywhere that there would be like a night carnival or something fun like that. Like where in America they would be selling hot dogs and hamburgers and corn dogs and things like that. That's you'd be having takoyaki in Japan. However, if you don't like seafood, and this is a seafood dish, if you don't like seafood and you wanted to like do everything that I'm doing here, but use chicken broth and put like chicken in it or bacon or something like that, you can do that. Like, you cannot get this wrong because it's fried dough. It's fried dough with mayonnaise on it. But funnel cakes are so good. God, I haven't had a good funnel cake in a million years. Witchcraft is just illegal cooking. Oh, I was going to talk about this before I got distracted. In the event that you do decide to do your takoyaki with octopus, I hope my takoyaki is not takoyaki. There, is that what we were looking for? You could fry it with nothing in it, and you're gonna have fried dough with mayonnaise on top of it, and you'll have a great day. A lot of calories, but you deserve it. Anyway, one thing that makes takoyaki taste like takoyaki, and if you're gonna really go for it, I really encourage you to get this stuff. This is dashi. And it is a powder. It's a broth powder. I want to get that Magic Cauldron toy. That thing is so cute. But since this is a fish broth, this makes the takoyaki taste like seafood. Like as soon as I opened this thing, I was like, this smells like a Japanese restaurant. I wonder if I should put on Throne. I need to get a Throne one of these days. Yeah, there is an octopus villager. But anyway, this comes as a powder. And you just dump water in it to make broth. So, this is something that if you're like, oh, I don't like fish. So this smells like fish. This smells like fish. It smells good, but it smells like fish. So if you're like, oh, I don't group with fish, you could do this with, ooh, actually do send me a Throne invite. I don't think I want anything on, like, I can't think of anything I need, but I will add stupid things. Yeah, dashi is used in tons of cooking, and the other thing that's nice about it is it's cheap, and it's not something that you have to keep cold. So, the two things that make this magical, the two things that make this takoyaki magical, dashi and the Japanese mayonnaise, and both of those you could buy online. Grimhilda, I think you do. Please do. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Let me look at my recipe again. I get so distracted with talking. I'm having a lot of fun already. We've barely started. Let's see. 3/4 of a cup of dashi. Okay, let's see. 3/4 of a cup. Go ahead and knock against that. Where is my 3/4 of a cup line? Like the music building dramatically as I fill a cup. There we go. Anyway, it doesn't matter whether or not this is hot or cold. Like, having cold fish broth sounds gross, but it's going in a freezer tray anyway, so that's fine. Let me just grab a spoon to just grabbed a spoon real quick just to mix it with. Doki doki waku waku, bampana dun 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 necromantico. Alright, so there's our water, and then what else needs to go in this broth? I'm just gonna leave this sit here for a moment. I think the other things are pretty straightforward. Oh, an egg! Yeah, I think that I can do. So an egg, half a teaspoon of soy sauce, half a teaspoon of soy sauce, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. That's easy. Let's do the egg real quick. Perfect! Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dramatic egg cracking moments. That's a metaphor for me, New Year's Eve of 2020. That's when my egg cracked, that's the joke. Do you get jokes, chat? Spoispas? What is the spoispas you speak of? And then our other items that are going in here are less crazy exciting, you know, less crazy, but very good. Soy sauce, I have very fancy soy sauce because I went to the Japanese grocery store. It's soy sauce. It's just Kikkoman. Anywhere you've ever seen soy sauce is fine. And baking soda. so let's go ahead and add those. Very glad I have a keyboard here so I can just Alt-Tab over. Half a teaspoon of soy sauce. Easy. The power of soy sauce! There we go, there's that. Send you away. Soy sauce plus rice is food. You're done. That's all you need. Like, if you have soy sauce plus rice, you have a meal. And that's what you have earned. Quarter teaspoon of baking soda. Easy. Quarter teaspoon. I have been wanting to try marinated eggs. Are marinated eggs good? Because they look really, really, really yummy. I should have bought furikake when I was in the Japanese grocery store. I believe that is everything we need for our wet ingredients. Let me check. Yes, it is. So, steak bake. What's a steak bake? I've never heard of a steak bake. I've heard of a steak gun, but I've never. Oh wait, I forgot the water. I need to put the dashi broth in here. Now this should start to turn doughy. Now, I'm gonna try and get this to about the consistency I had it before, because you got, like with any dough, you gotta get the consistency right. So let me push this. You wanna cooperate? There we go. Now you guys can hopefully see halfway decent. My arm doesn't want to track, so I guess I'm just stirring this with my psychic powers. All right, there we go. So for this recipe, I've cut the recommendation in half. Just steak chunks and thick gravy wrapped in pastry. That sounds fucking delicious. Melia, can you actually send me? There's got to be an at-home recipe for that, because I've been wanting to do a British show, and I will try one of those. Because I keep hearing people, like, you say it, you'll be like, oh, I went to Greg's and I got this and it was really good. And it's like, well, I want to try some of that, but I'm in California, so. Anyway, here's our... Let me move it over near the camera so you guys can see. It's a little liquidy. That's okay. It's probably gonna get gorpier once we put some of our other ingredients in there. The Great British Gloop Off is an incredible turn of phrase, and I'm so happy you brought it into my life. But yeah, I'm serious. Ping me some famous, some wonderful recipes from your beautiful islands, your beautiful sunny islands. You know, I'm from California. I assume everywhere's sun-soaked. It was 89. I picked the wrong day to fucking fry. Let's see. And then, I thought Greg's is like a grocery store, but they also have lots of like grab-and-go shit. Let's see. So next we're gonna need half a cup of minced white cabbage, half a cup of minced spring onions. That's easy. Did I not bring a knife over? Oh, did I not grab a knife? That really puts the opposite of a spring in my step. All right, gamers, give me one moment. I'm gonna jump up to get a knife. Behave yourselves. I kicked the table. I kicked the table so hard I alt-tabbed over. There's OBS, now I can see. It really was Gloop meltingly hot today. Alrighty, so we need to do half a cup of spring onion. I did have an out-of-app experience. As a VTuber, I kind of just am an app. That sounds good, though. Here, let me wheel this camera back over so you guys can see me chopping. Chopping and shopping. Move it forward, there we go. Yeah, you guys can see me. Does it want to track my hand? I guess it doesn't want to track my hand. Oh, well. TripAdvisor, because when you go to the UK, it advises you take a trip to Greg's. Have a nice snack to prepare yourself. Are you going to abuse the chef? Please don't abuse the chef. I want to try Greg's. Grimhilda, actually, if somebody can scroll the chat up, my hands are a little full of, my hands are, ow, how could you do this to me? On this, the day of me getting married to, look, I'm the Miku meme from 2000, it doesn't show up, there we go. I'm the Miku meme from whatchamacallit a million years ago. Yeah, Jeannie got it. Yeah, most of our grab and go food is dire, really, really, really not good. But yes, so anyway, we're gonna chop up just a little bit of green onion, which is getting progressively less green as we go down. Yeah, so what I really need to do is, I took that picture right before we started. I definitely need to take a picture like documenting like, what the hell are all of these things and why? Wait, steam and cheese rolls? Was steam an ingredient? Oh, steak. Never mind. I got excited that you guys were eating steam. I wanted to eat the steam. That's what Gabe Newell wants me to do. Yeah, I wanted to have steam and eggs. My tripods are made out of toys because I have a lot of Kinects and it worked. Steamy cheese does sound good. I also, so here's the thing, I'm a little pissed. I ordered a Kinect. So as in like a Microsoft Kinect. Do you remember that like failed accessory? So I ordered one of those because it apparently not only can use it for tracking for VTuber stuff now, it's also just a really, really, really good webcam in and of itself. And I ordered it, and I asked for quick delivery to make sure it was here in time for the stream. It's not here. That package got lost, so I had to kludge together more than I expected to have to kludge together. Which you guys wouldn't have known unless I complained about it, but hopefully one day I get my Kinect. What is Stilton cheese? I've heard of Stilton cheese before. Anyway, let's go ahead and push that into our batter. So there's those. Okay, good. I hope so too. My Kinect is on vacation. I do hope it finds its way to me too. If it doesn't, I can get a refund. So that would, you know, suck less. Anyway, our green onion is in there. Next comes some white cabbage. The white cabbage, I mean, if you guys can't get your hands on like Asian cabbage, it's probably not the end of the world. I think most of the reason that this is in this recipe is to help bulk it up. So pretty much any neutral tasting leafy vegetable would probably work good. I hope so too. The other thing is I ordered it from Amazon, but I ordered it from a seller on Amazon who isn't like an Amazon person, so they didn't ship it with all the tracking. It wouldn't surprise me if I ping them and they're like, oh, it's actually held here. So we'll see where it ends up. But yes, this, in anything in the takoyaki recipe, you don't need specifically Asian cabbage. I went with Asian cabbage because that was the magical one, but yeah, shipping anywhere is miserable. I am terrified about my Game Gear Micro now, considering it has to cross international waters. Hopefully it makes it. If it doesn't show up, it doesn't show up. It's just a gizmo. But I would be very happy to have it. The Game Gear Micro, I don't know what it was shipped with. Amazon says it's on the way. That sounds like a very Uno thing to do. That sounds like a very Uno operation. God, I still have slime and the curry. I think what I'm gonna do is Uno sent me an adorable, like, slime lab. I think when I do, like, my 2.0 model, I'm gonna do the slime lab that they sent me, and I'm gonna do the Sonic Curry. So I think that's gonna be my updated model stream when I finally sit down and do that. What Pokemon plushie did you get? Or do you not know? Is it a surprise? Let's see, we're supposed to do half a cup, so I'm gonna just eyeball it. There's nothing wrong with just eyeballing things. You're gonna, again, like I said, this is getting fried and covered in mayonnaise. The the Asian cabbage portions here do not have to be perfect. Yep, I have the Sonic Curry.
It's time for mayonnaise.
I have the Sonic Curry, so that's very exciting. Let's see, what comes next? I have the Kewpie mayo. I do have the Kewpie mayo.
Oh no!
It's not Kewpie brand mayo, but it is the Kewpie mayo. Okay, next is pickled ginger, and then a couple fun ingredients that I'm very excited about. Okay, let's see. So, actually, let me get this yucca out of here. We don't need this. We don't need this. Extra cabbage. I mean, Lord knows I have too much cabbage. Feels like these parrots across the way are mocking me. So for anyone who joined and didn't hear me when I killed all of my audio for a second and killed all my filters, my windows are open and there's a flock of parrots. So that's fun interference, isn't it? Anyway, next up, follow me, set me free, trust me, and we will eat the Sonic Curry. How do you? The parrots want to eat. I should go out and... Actually, no. If I go out and feed them, I will get fucking jumped by my neighbors. They're already pests. Anyway, here I have... what I'm getting next to put in here. This is pickled ginger. And I have seen it in U.S. grocery stores. I would try and get your hands on it because pickled ginger definitely helps. But yeah, a flock of wild parrots. San Diego has flocks of wild parrots. Yes, the Sonic Curry is the blue curry. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump this in. If you don't have pickled ginger, don't use fresh ginger because it tastes way too strong, is what everybody online says. Oh my god, the whole flock is flying. Look at them go. Oh my god, the fucking parrot. Oh, they're gone now. I miss you, parrots. Anyway, honestly, if you don't have pickled ginger, you could probably put like pickled relish in here. You could probably put good old-fashioned relish in here. But pickled ginger and dashi are definitely some of the things that make it taste the most takoyakian, to coin a phrase. Now. Traditionally, takoyaki uses not breadcrumbs, but like tempura crumbs. And the purpose of those is to kind of change up the texture of the batter, give it a little bit of variety in it, make it more exciting. But here's the thing. If you don't have tempura like crumbs, you can use anything. And I looked it up and they were like, it really doesn't matter, you can use anything. So we're using these. We need a half cup of anything crunch. And I thought this is the appropriate crunch. This is actually a less obscene choice. When I did my test run, ow, how could you do this to me? I'm gonna set aside, I love it when they come out like this. I'm setting aside, that one's for mom, that one's for me, that's me. Anyway. So, when I did my test run, I didn't use Doritos. I was going to use Doritos for my test run. I didn't use Doritos because I bought, like, these, like, protein puffs that are, like, Cheetos but proteiny, and I used those in my test run, and I was like, you can't even tell. You can just tell if there's a little bit of crunch. So, we're gonna perform. Takis in the takoyaki is brilliant. Oh my god, you are a fucking genius. I should have gotten Takis. Anyway, this is my official recommendation, get Takis. Let's see, I could just mush these with a spoon, or I could just do this. Listen, a little Dorito explosion never hurts anybody. I think I'm going to just go ahead and do this. There's no reason this needs to be any more involved than just a crunch, just a crush. Just Hulkamania out on him. Like the guy that I learned this recipe from, he's like, I live in Germany and I use these like weird German crunchy things. Hello, Magical Girl Cupid. We are going to do takoyaki and potato mochi, like Pokemon. So there we go. Now, this concludes our batter. There is obviously one more very important component that typically goes in takoyaki. We're gonna do that in just a moment, but let me go ahead and mix this. It's gonna look very interesting. I promise you, when I made this, I was like, this is a really interesting looking batter. But once I had it put together, I was like, wait a minute, it's delicious. Makes a very schlorp. That's probably good enough for now. And we're gonna put that aside for the moment. So, we have achieved schlorp. Actually, let me get this out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing on both cameras. That will return in just a moment, of that I am certain. The awkward stage for the takoyaki glow up, but yes! Mountain Dew instead of dashi. Gamer takoyaki. Alright. Are you guys ready to meet are you guys ready to meet some adorable little friends? Are you guys ready to meet someone very adorable? Oh my god, yes! Normally in takoyaki, you use baby octopi. And I have baby octopi. I have cooked them already, I've boiled them already. But that's a baby octopus. Those are actually, yeah, I bought them like this. I bought them at the Japanese grocery store. So here's the thing. If you're having a very hard time getting your hands on octopi, and I was having a very hard time getting my hands on octopi, you could do this with squid chunks, you could do this with shrimp, you can do this with whatever. The dashi is probably what makes this fishier than these guys. But yeah, look how cute they are. Their tentacles curl up when they cook. I bought them not alive. But yes, these fine little friendos. Here's another one for you. These fine little friendos. I didn't kill a child. They were already killed. Yeah, these are God. Oh no, how many octopus themed VTubers are there? I bet we know a few. Anyway. They're all clean, so we can probably use their whole self. I am, however, going to chop them down and use primarily the tentacles. Oh, come on! You want to be able to see... Listen, I did say that to Melia, and I feel very bad about it. But anyway, here's what we're going to do. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna put our batter in our mold, and then as we pour the batter in, we are gonna put just a few little tentacles in the center. Don't worry, if this is uncomfortable, this won't last forever. I promise you, they will be destined for the frying zone soon. And don't worry, the other thing we're making today is potato. Okonomiyaki is amazing. I considered it for this stream, but I was already worried that I was biting off a lot, metaphorically and literally. Listen, I love Marina, but listen, there's so many like food-themed things already in Splatoon, like the one like edgy haircut where it's like cuts. They do that to squid at festivals so it cooks evenly. There is so much food-themed stuff, like DJ Octavio in the final boss, he has takoyaki bombs! Why does he have takoyaki bombs? I learned the translation of, okonomiyaki, and it's literally like, yeah, whatever. Barbecued, it's literally like barbecued whatever is the title. Because you can put whatever. Typically, it's veggies and some pork, but you can literally do whatever. I will hydrate in just a moment. I'm covered in octopus. I may have to wash my hands after this one before we start our next one. Actually, let me go ahead and... We're going to need that pan in a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and stir it up. We're going to need that for our next recipe. Okonomiyaki is delicious. I might do a stream. Actually, honestly, I might do an okonomiyaki stream because I already have so much. I have so much Japanese food ingredients in my house right now. That's okay, Mal. Tell you what, Mal. We're gonna switch over to potato mochi in a bit, and I'll make sure that you can watch the VOD of just that. Here's our tentacles. Alright, that's probably enough tense. So for anybody who is very upset watching the babies experience what they are experiencing, that is coming to an end. So for anyone who missed the very start of the stream, the trick to how we're going to make takoyaki... Hey, Counterman, hello! The trick to how we're going to make takoyaki without a takoyaki pan is that we're going to use an ice cube tray. So what I'm going to do... Where did my spoon... So what I'm going to do is I am going to fill all of these partially, and then I'm going to put a tentacle in the center of each one, and then I'm going to fill them up the rest of the way. And I'm only going to do a few just because I don't want to make a million of them, and also because I'm going to try and drop the batter directly in the hot oil later for avant-garde takoyaki shapes. Let's see, can you guys see it if I do... How can I position myself so you guys can still follow along? You guys can still see that, right? Yeah. Just trying not to make a massive, massive mess. It's hard to do this and have it not get a little bit messy, but we're gonna do our best. Probably gonna do 4 or 5, maybe. So I did do this as a test run on Wednesday night, and they came out delicious. So I'm very, very excited about the future of this plan. Let's do... Yeah, we can do 6. We can go crazy and do 6, can't we? Alright, there we go. So there are 3 takoyakis to be, and then we're going to go ahead and give each and every one of them some tentacle in the center. So that way it takes on the iconic form of having tentacle right in the middle there. And then we're gonna go ahead and fill these up the rest of the way. Tentacenter, yeah! That's what you call the, that's the Splatoon Inkling HQ. Instead of Rent-A-Center, they go to Tentacenter. And just a couple more here. Ouch, how could you do this to me when I'm working so diligently and trying not to make a massive mess? That's a good emote. That's a really good... Oh, is that one of what's... That is... That's a Melody Burst emote, isn't it? There we go. There we go. Now let me go ahead and put these tentacles in with the other boys. God, I'm going to be eating takoyaki for days. By the way, for those of you who are interested in this recipe, but maybe a little intimidated by the whole frying in a pan full of oil thing, that's a little intimidating. Hey, Shar, hello, hello, hello. You can, I tried this, and I won't judge you if you do it because I tried it in addition to the oil. Once you freeze these, you can just put them in the air fryer and just keep an eye on them until they get nice and golden brown. And they turned out really delicious. They are even better done in oil. Really, really, really good done in oil. But the air fryer is much easier and a lot less scary. It involves, you know, less lakes of hot oil. Anyway, I'm gonna jump up for just a moment so that I can stick some stuff in the fridge. And then when I come back, we're gonna move on to potato mochi. Famous of Pokemon. So everybody sit tight for just one moment. No, they actually held together pretty well. They held together. They glorped a little bit, but they held together pretty good, honestly. Yeah, so there's your plan B. Anyway, I'll be right back in just a moment. Actually, let me get the octopus guts up. Cord. Vampy Bat! Hello, hello, hello! Oof! Alright, I'm coming back. Sorry about that delay. Ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, there we go. I'm back. There we go. So for anybody who is a little bit not on board with the poor octopi, it's no more cutting octopi. Next, we are going to deal with truly nature's menace, truly a beast worthy of being vanquished, the potato. Yep. Y'all love watching them Pokemans. Y'all love playing Pokemans on your phone. Y'all saw the potato mochi in the new Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's time to potate. We're gonna make potato mochi, just like how they do in the Mons. So let me look at the recipe, because I believe we're gonna make the sauce first. Yes, we are gonna make the sauce first, and this is called a mitarashi sauce, apparently. I didn't know that until moments ago. Now we've learned that together. It's a very simple sauce. So the nice thing about potato mochi and the sauce that goes on them, they're not very complicated, which is nice. So for the mitarashi sauce, let me get a mixing bowl here. We'll use that. And I'm probably gonna go ahead and cut this this amount of recipe in half, because I'm not gonna make too many. I'm gonna make just a little bit of sauce, because I'm gonna fill up on takoyaki tonight too. Let's see, so first we need, so we're gonna need sugar, soy sauce, rice vinegar, and potato starch. Sugar, soy sauce, rice vinegar, and potato starch. We need them to potato Mochi to the polls? That's a lot to take in. That's a lot to take in. Anyway. One thing, so the only weird thing in this recipe that you may have a hard time finding at US grocery stores is katakuriko, aka potato starch. If you can't find it, you can use cornstarch, which every grocery store in America is going to have. It's corn. This nation runs on corn, sometimes literally in the case of ethanol. This is apparently better, but if you can only get cornstarch, you can do this with cornstarch. Everything else that goes into here is completely normal. So first and foremost, we're going to do the sauce. And let's see, the sauce was half a tablespoon of sugar, which we're probably going to actually up our sugar content because we're not using mirin, we're using rice vinegar. Yeah, listen, it's very handy to have. Let's see, so we're gonna get, did I say half a teaspoon or tablespoon? I said half a tablespoon of sugar. Cool. Wow. It's sugar from Target. I figured Target deserves some of my business after everything else I've done to Target International recently. Committed some crimes in the name of Target. Committed some crimes at Target. Is my music on? Where'd my music go? Oh, the Garfield song. Alright, well here we go. There's some of our sugar, and I'm gonna keep the sugar out because I may want to sweeten this up. Since this is a sauce, like, so the sauce we're gonna do just by literally, do we think this tastes good? Target does love crime. I mean, they better considering everything I've done. So for those who are new to the channel, 2021 involved, I committed, me and Target did a lot. So in 2021, I committed return fraud at Target. I got hired seasonally at Target. I spontaneously quit Target. And I had my titties out at Target. And those are unrelated events. It was a very busy year for me. It is Target brand sugar. Did I bump my camera? No, I'm good. Okay, cool. Let's see. Sugar, we're gonna do... let's see, we're gonna do some soy sauce. Listen, sometimes you gotta do some crimes in Target. A little soy sauce. And then I believe we need some rice vinegar, and I'm gonna go really light on the rice vinegar. Let's see, so it wants us to do 2 tablespoons. So the official recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of mirin. If you're having a hard time finding mirin, I looked up online. So those crimes happened over the course of a few months. The tits out one is probably the least exciting one. I went in for my booster shot and there wasn't really anywhere to do it, so I was just... And I couldn't get my sleeve up because it was long, so I was just like, let me just pull my shirt off. Yeah, little titties out of Target. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and do less of this. A little less of this rice vinegar because I don't want it to get crazy overpowering. Wish I had a utensil to stir with. We'll use a knife to stir. I may actually want to double my... Actually, no, I don't want to double my portions here because we're going to add water and starch. So, as you can see, all I've done is just combine those. Nothing too exciting here. I have done a lot of things. I've done a lot of exciting and fun things, some of which I don't want to talk about on camera because I haven't looked up the statute of limitations. That tastes good. There we go. So we've created a sauce that's a little... So this is a little sweet, a little salty. Not too dissimilar to teriyaki, so if you really are like, I don't want to make the fucking sauce, you could probably get teriyaki sauce. I wouldn't judge you. We're going to set that aside for just a moment. And then to help put some meat on its bones, let's see, we need 3 tablespoons of water. That's easy. So the game plan is here is, what we're gonna do is, so we have our flavor, our sauce there, which is, as you can see, there's not all that much of it. And what we're gonna do to help it get both more of it and thicken it up is we are going to, that's 1 tablespoon. Let's do 1.5 tablespoons. We'll add more if we need to. It does. So here's the thing. Once we put it in this pan, it's going to simmer and it's going to get even more caramelly. So it's going to be caramelly, but also a little soy saucy. So it's got some salt and just a little bite because there's vinegar in it, and it's very fun. Are you talking like a flan? I've always wanted to. Maybe I should do a flan on the show. Let's see. How much potato starch? 2 teaspoons of potato starch. I'm going to start with just 1. Glad I grabbed a bag for you. Anyway, for anybody who wasn't watching earlier, this is potato starch. If you've never heard of it, it's like cornstarch but made from a potato. Boy, this is the worst. Why is it in this package? This packaging is awful. I feel like it's impossible to open this packaging without making a huge mess. Yo Fukashi no Uta, thank you so much for following. I appreciate that. Ow! Clearly, we have had a lot of ups and downs in our relationship, haven't we, Yo Fukashi? Anyway, for those of you who have never done this, this is a super duper common cooking technique. Starch will clump. Starch can help thicken things, but it'll clump if you just dump it in. So, you mix it together. And that should make this upsetting white powder a little slurry here. Anyway, what we are now going to do is we are going to put our other sauces in here, and then once it starts to simmer, we're going to add this, and then we're going to pull it off of the heat. And that should be all we need to do to make the sauce that goes on the potato mochi. Let's go ahead and dump you in there. Alright, and I apologize that this is off a little bit to the side. The reason why this is off a little bit to the side is that there's a tracker, an expensive tracker right here, and I really just could not bring myself to dangle my expensive tracker directly over hot oil. Like, alright, that's starting to sizzle, starting to bubble a little bit. I'll bring it over here so you guys can see it. We got some bubbling, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this in. And what we are now going to do is, do I have? Here we go. This is not an ideal stirring utensil, but it is rounded. So what we're going to do is we're going to stir a little bit, and what should happen is this should start to thicken up. And you don't need to make much of this to begin with. The goal is this is just going to coat the potato mochi. I already cut the portion size down since I'm not making very many mochis. Because if I make less, then it cooks quicker. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're only an hour. Cool. Let me check my directions just to make sure I'm doing the right thing. Add the starchy water until it starts to thicken. Okay, cool. So I can give that a second because it went in there cold. I'm sure it'll start to thicken in a moment. Yeah, I really... And if you saw in that picture, one thing that I wanted to avoid was having expensive electronics held up by Tinker Toys dangling over connects. And unfortunately, that's what I have right now. I wanted that to not happen. It happened. There we go. I may need to turn my heat up. Yep, I just heard it click on. I don't like these little kind of trays because there's no controllability. Like, it's either hot or not, and if you set it on medium, that means it just flips itself on and off constantly, which I think has the very technical name of pulse width modulation, but it can pulse these nuts. So, have you guys ever had potato mochi, or was everyone's first exposure to it, the Pokemon game? Because I had never heard of it until good old Pokemans. And I didn't realize that it's not made like regular mochi. Like normally potato mochi, mochi's rice-based. It's a rice flour, I believe. I need an induction unit. I really, really should. I think I bought this when I had no job and no money. So I bought a very cheap one, and it's a decision that I paid the price on. It really is. She is getting hot and starting to thicken up, though. Which is a good thing to say to a date, by the way. Nope, it's an electric one. It's just a cheap electric one. The only advantage to it is that I can do it over here. So we want this to get a little saucier. Which it hasn't happened yet, but it's getting there. I don't know if you guys can see. I can just lift this up. You can see it's now... Actually, that looks lovely, doesn't it? Look at it bubbling away. Starting to caramelize a little bit. So that's what you want your sauce to do. Yeah! So glad that I have the Plan B camera. Alright, yeah, it's definitely starting to shrink. The Counterman, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. So since that sauce is... Hold on, I'm going to come back to that. Sorry, that happened while I was moving hot pans around. So thank you. That was really, really, really nice. I appreciate that. That was really nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. I lost my train of thought. I succeeded in what I set out to do, but I lost my train of thought. So that's our sauce, and the reason why we prepared the sauce first is that it's currently sugary and hot as hell. And since it's sugary and hot as hell, I don't want to handle it until it's not hot as hell. So now we're going to make the star of the potato mochi, which is the part that involves, you know, these fine friends. These beautiful round boys. You've ever heard of these? They're called potatoes. And we're going to make two versions of the potato mochi. We are going to make a version coated in the sauce that doesn't have anything in it. Peebs, thank you so much. Thank you for putting... the only better use for your Jeff Bezos dollars than me would be a serrated knife to bury in his throat. You have made the second best decision you can make with Amazon. Thank you. Also, no, that is really nice. It's good, Lloyd. You're good. You're good. You're good. I am recording. Cool. But yes, we're going to do two versions. We're going to do the version with the sauce on it, which is the version you guys see in Pokemon. And just as a fun little experiment, I'm going to make a version of the potato mochi that's filled with cheese. Little soft cheese. I was like, you know what? I can buy some Baby Bells. Because also, I really, really, really like Baby Bells as a snack. They're yummy. Thank you, Tyler. I've always wanted my skull to cave in. Let's see. So now our potato mochi are going to take, Alright, I'm going to cut this in half since I don't have a ton of sauce. They could be little mochi. That's fine. We're going to start with one Yukon Gold potato. There's a half. There's another half. And a tablespoon of potato starches. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel, chunk, and mash the potatoes. Who were so strong? What was so strong? What has happened? What strength has befallen you? Anyway, since I already cooked these, they should hopefully peel. Oh, they're fall apart. It's falling right off the bone, the potato bone. Go ahead and move this over here a little bit. Can you guys see? Do you want to stay put, camera? No, don't roll. How could you do this to me? There we go. You thought Baby Bells were strong? I always thought they were a very weak cheese. Maybe they've grown weaker. Maybe as they've grown older, they've grown weaker, the Baby Bells. I probably did just say strength. I don't know why. I say lots of dumb things. Honestly, whenever I watch a VOD, I'm like, what the fuck? That came out of my mouth? Gloop, why did you say that? We love to eat the Baby Bell cheese, but one day, we will be introduced to the ultimate cheese. The man bell. The alpha cheese. This probably isn't how you're supposed to peel a potato, but pulling the skin off is actually working pretty decent. Also, if there's a little bit of skin in my potatoes, I will get over it. I will survive this. You know, I think they want you to have them skin-free just for presentation's sake, because as you saw in the anime and other appearances of Potato Mochi, they're very even in color, and to make them very even in color, you want to get the skin out of there. But potato skins have never bothered me. I love potato skins, honestly. It is honestly taking every ounce of my strength to not shove food in my mouth as we are preparing them here. Potato skins are good. They're very, very good. The strongest cheese of all. The cheese that was aged in the hyperbolic time chamber. I want to go into the time chamber of cheese and wine. Missouri cave cheese? Finally, a reason to go to Missouri. Tell me about this. I'm very excited to hear. Be gone, skin. I say to myself as I exfoliate. Yeah, that's probably enough. That's probably enough. Alright, so now that we have that... Oh, the surplus cheese! Ah, the premium cheese. I understand what you speak of. Anyway, now that we have... Set some up. So here... How glazy did this glaze get? Oh, there we go. By the way, this glaze, as you can see, it's very nice and thick and sticky. Like you can see, I'm leaning the pan and it's staying put. We're gonna roll the mochi in this. Well, welcome back to Potato Town. Anyway, you're supposed to do this with 2 potatoes to make enough to go around, but since there's just a gloop here, I'm gonna do just 1. We're gonna engage mash. Is Missouri cave cheese a mysterious special kind of cheese? Or is it just cheese? Yeah, so that sauce is, in case you missed it, that sauce is, it's very simple. It's soy sauce, sugar, and rice vinegar. And you're supposed to use mirin, but honestly, I used rice vinegar and held myself back when going too crazy with it and threw a little more sugar in there. It's delicious. You could put that on anything. They would think you were a fancy cook. All right, there we go. That's mushed enough. So we are going to get our hands in the potatoes in a little bit too. Regular US... God, it's weird how America has a type of cheese that's just like a generic sort of cheese. Ah, cave-aged cheese. God, I like the Transylvanian cave cheese because it was aged in a cave in Romania, and they're like, we're gonna go all in on this Dracula shit. And they were right for doing it. They were completely right for doing it. Let's see, add the potato starch. We're gonna add a tablespoon of potato starch. Where is my scoop? Whoop. There we go, now you can see me. Just a little bit of potato starch. And that is gonna help the consistency. This may need a little bit of water as we're going, which fortunately I do have. Here's the thing, listen. Velveeta is not cheese. It's good though. It's delicious. I love it. I enjoy it a lot. Ooh, wet mozzarella is good. Let's see. I may at this point just start to do this with my hands. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna set a little water outside here. It is an artificial cheese substitute. It may be artificial, but the flavor is genuinely delicious. So here's a little bit of water, both to get the mochi wet and to dampen my fingers. And actually, before I get my fingers damp, let me open this cheese. Velveeta is cheese adjacent. Cheese adjacent is a very, very, very good term. I love that you've created this cheese adjacent. I think adjacent is a better term than substitute, because it's not a substitute. When I want cheese, I get cheese. When I want Velveeta, I get Velveeta. And that's fine. Speaking of cheese, I'm gonna set this guy aside for later usage. Chekhov's cheese, really. Is that coming through on cam? Good, cool. That I'm gonna sit over here too. I probably will just have you as a little snack for me later. So this potato mixture's gotten a little dry, so I'm gonna add just a little bit of water. Because we want this to be sort of doughy so that we can form it, but not so wet that it schlorps. Because when potatoes too dry, it crumbles, and we don't want that. We don't want it to so we want somewhere between crumble and schlorp, which is really what you want in most situations in life. You don't want crumble or schlorp in relationships. You don't want crumble or schlorp when, you know, creating a new human, when creating a new salad. That looks about right, though. Awesome. So what we're gonna do now, listen, schlorp is something you have to be mindful of at all times. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna reach in here and I'm gonna scoop some out. And as you can see, it's formed a nice big chunk that wants to stay together, which I believe so you can see it's almost like a dough. Like, it wants to stay together. You know, like people in a relationship that's working out, it wants to stay together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape it into some nice little creatures. And these will get fried and become our mochi. Okay, cool, I do have a spatula. Let me do this where you guys can see it as well. I have to be honest, I don't know how big they're supposed to be. My pan's not huge, so I'm probably not going to do too many crazy big ones. So there's one. Completely adequate as a potato mochi. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do two, just little tater fellas. Oh, you got to actually, hold on, you got a chunk of skin in you. Actually, you know what? I take it back. Getting rid of the skin is important because when the texture is consistent, it stays together better. The skin, because the skin isn't just a nice wet chunk, it didn't want to stay together, so I just pulled that out. So there's your life lessons. When they say peel them, you gotta peel them. You can't fuck around like Gloop did and cheat on the peeling. So here's two regular ones. We're gonna do two regular ones. And then we're gonna do two cheese-filled ones. I'm gonna try very hard to keep track of which is which because I don't think sugar and cheese usually goes together, but you know.
Fuck you, Baltimore!
Dimothy, I am so happy you are here. Dim, listen, Dim. This is the part of the show that involves potatoes and cheese and frying them. So really, how bad could it possibly be? How are you today, Dimothy? What has become of our Dim? So here's a little bit of cheese. Even less than that, probably, because it's gonna get melty. There we go. Let's smorsh back together. So these two are regular, and then this one, and then the other one that's coming up will be our backup ones. Actually, I should have just enough potato for 4. So there you go. If you want to make 4 about this size, you need 1 Yukon Gold potato. Frying does make me nervous. So here's the thing. We're doing a shallow fry first. Well, not shallow fry. Very shallow fry. And then we're doing a regular shallow fry. We're not deep frying anything. Also, I just ate cheese. Leave me alone. So here's our little cheese going in there. We're gonna fold it over. Make sure you're shaped beautifully. Get that iconic mochi shape. Alrighty, so see, now we need just a little bit of oil in our pan and we should be good to go. The chef deserves a little bit of cheese. There we go. And that pan should have been heating up this whole time. Yep. You don't need much oil. By the way, for anybody like Dim who just showed up, we already have a sauce ready that I'm going to roll in them. So it's sitting aside because it's very sugary, it's very hot. The chef can have all the cheese forever. Finally, somebody speaking my language. And let me actually recombobulate my setup here so that way you guys can see, you know what? I'm going to be daring. I'm going to sneak this over. Now can I move you closer without things bursting into flames? Looks like yes! Yes, we can! Actually, if I move this all the way over here, there, now the camera is not over it. So like I was saying earlier, I'm a little scared about having electronics over oil, but we'll be okay. Anyway, here goes... You hot? You sizzling? Here goes number 1, number 2. And then these, I believe, are the cheesy... No, are these the cheesy ones? No. Oh, I got them all mixed up. The fatter ones have to be the cheesy ones. You're cheesy. We might have a sauce and cheese coated ones. I lost track when I was pushing stuff around. So we're gonna give these guys a hot minute to get nice and spicy. It might not be hot enough, unfortunately. I don't like this tray. I'll be honest, I don't like this tray. The good news is, I've already rigged up a contraption so when we do a deeper fry on the takoyaki, there's gonna be like a thermostat so we can actually tell.
Juicy, tender.
These are the potato mochi, yes, so we're gonna give our potato mochi a second here. Yeah, it's not hot enough. Damn! Oh, we've got to be patient. Tragic, tragic, tragic. Somebody redeemed a hydrate a million years ago. So I'm gonna hydrate, and I have here a bottle bearing, and let me get that on camera. Look at this handsome Yuno. And a dark fire. I got the stickers, I got the peeps. The peeps we love. Also, you guys are gonna see my model go weird. I'm gonna try and ungunk my hands real quick. You wanna know what feels really weird on your fingertips? Potato starch. It feels very, very, very weird. Yeah, I don't think this pan was as hot as I'd like it to be. What's happening to you underneath? Nothing yet! Yay, no, this was not hot enough. That stinks. This thing stinks. That's unfortunate. I hear them starting to talk to me at least. Okay, this one's got to be a cheese one because I think cheese is leaking out of it. Oh well. Well, cheese leak never hurt anybody. The tracking all fucking... Nope, I'm good. I think I'm going to have to upgrade to an induction one because you are just more of a pain in the butt than you're worth. That's what you get for using cheap gadgets. But yes, this stage of the prep is crazy simple. You literally fry them till they look nice. And there is one other important step that comes very... Oh, crispy cheese is wonderful. One very important step. Gotta seaweed wrap them so you can hold on to them. And that we have. Now this is the snack version because when I found the kind that's meant to be wraps, I can only find it in like shitload huge packages, and I just don't need that much seaweed. I wish I was living a life where I needed that much seaweed, but I just don't. I'm gonna make a baby one. Do I have enough to make a baby one? I'm gonna do it. I might as well. Otherwise this potato just goes to waste, right? The tiniest mochi there ever was. An angel we look up to. Yeah, small baby mochi. Alright, we're gonna give these a second. I'm glad that... So what I'm learning quickly with this thing is the heat setting is not to be trusted. It takes forever. Mochette, yes. Now, do you guys remember which one had cheese and which one didn't? Mochibi! Mochibi! Mochibi, 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 mochibi. That's what we're fucking calling it. Mochibi. That's so good. God, that's so good. Let's see. This one definitely has cheese in it because it's so big. Who else has cheese? You, I think, have cheese. So I think you and you are my cheese boys. Yeah, this one and this one I think are my cheese boys, I'm pretty sure. There's a decent chance that I might end up eating some cheese and sauce, but if it happens, it happens. We will overcome. Cheese Boys is the name of your girl gang? That is an excellent name for a girl gang. Wait, no, you're a cheese, because didn't I see cheese? I see cheese leaking out of you, so this and this are my cheese ones. I'm almost 100% positive. God. Stressing about cheese. Can't say this is the first time this has happened to me. Won't be the last, either. Oh well. Camera, did you get... Oh, now I bonked it. I've ruined everything. Gloop is sliding. Gloop is slip-sliding away. Fix. There we go. There we go. We're fixed. Never mind. Crisis averted. You guys are like, what the fuck is she talking about? Alright, let's see. We can actually quite helpfully use our tiny one as a testing contestant. Because... yeah, no, they still need a bunch more time. We're gonna give them a second. How are you doing, Mr. Extra Bubbly? Now we're gonna give you all a little more time. I am glad I got brave and pulled the camera close, because once I flip these up, I bet they're gonna be very pretty, because I just saw a peek for a second. They look pretty beautiful on me. Ow! How could you do this to me? Dim, you are the Prince of Cheese. Both the cheesy pun and the cheesy cheese. You have earned... Dim, what I'm trying to say is, you're a very Gouda friend. Let's see, how do you look underneath? Nah, you need another moment. You'll get there, though. Always encourage your mochi. Really,
shake, shake.
What makes mochi delicious is the compliments. And having a really bad mustache. I'm sorry, the dude who is the mochi chef in Legends Arceus is like... he has some really bad facial hair. And he's on camera at the same time as the professor, who also has some really bad facial hair. My camera's moving on its own. Goodbye, friend. Why have you decided you wanted to do this? Yes, always compliment your food. Listen, the best food is made by two kinds of people. People who compliment it the whole time they're making it. Sweet little nonas, you know, nice little grandmas, they love to compliment their food. The other people, this thing does not like to track my sensor. What? Are you hot? Are you overheating, sensor? No, you seem to be fine. The other people who make great food are people who are chronic smokers, full of rage in the back of a diner. They make good fucking food. Yeah, none of the new Pokemon character designs are mid. Everyone's incredible or awful. It's good to curse your food. A little cursing here and there. Can't go wrong. How do you look? Yes! That's what we want, baby! Look how beautiful that is. That's what we were hoping for. Doesn't that look delicious? Look at that nice golden brown. Let's see, you're a little lighter. I don't think this pan heats evenly, which I'm willing to believe considering it's, you know, cheap. Don't stick, don't stick, don't stick, don't stick, don't stick. Never mind, we saved it. Look at how cute those are. And our tiny baby one. Okay, I'm now almost positive this one and this one are our friends who feature cheese, and that this guy and this guy do not. Yeah, no, you don't have cheese in you. So they're the ones that are gonna get sauce dunked. They are very biscuity, aren't they? Oh, I'm so excited. So, because I knew we were doing this today, I didn't have like a ton of like food. Like I haven't like eaten, I've eaten today for sure, but I haven't eaten like a ton today. And I had no idea if, this is going to come out good. I was like, I really hope it does though, because if it does, I'm going to eat it and I'm going to enjoy it. Let's see. You guys are a little late. I can probably let these go even longer. We did not fry the takoyaki. So what happened with the takoyaki is the takoyaki went in the molds. The molds went in the freezer, and then once it's cold and it's going to hold its shape, we're going to put it in the oil. So we're doing these first. So if you're excited for takoyaki, don't worry. We're just gonna give these guys a second. How does this little baby look, though? There he is. You are our canary in the yummy coal mine. You can actually keep going for a little while longer, then we'll pull ya. They're gonna be good crispy boys! I heard somebody call a beer a crispy boy. Calling a beer a I understand why you call a beer a crispy boy, but I would never, ever think of a beer as crispy. Like, what a weird thing to call it. But it was middle class fancy saying it, and they're the best website ever. Or Twitter feed or whatever. I don't know, let me be a boomer and say website. This overheating? No. Okay, good. Poking my camera setup, because I'm looking at these Tinker toys dangling over hot oil, and I'm like, please don't explode! God, yeah, God, Rand and Nance. The world revolves around the antics of Rand and Nance. They point out so many things that, like, my dad does, and I'm like, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Ooh. Very important. I have prepared a, it's just my air fryer's mesh over some paper towels as a nice little surface to let the oil drip off of. Because these are probably going to come out very, very hot and oily. How is the underside of you doing? You guys are probably good to go. Yeah, you guys are probably good to go. Let's rescue you from there. Let's see, so I believe this one's regular. I believe this is another regular. Fairly, and you're tiny, so I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna eat you first, just because I'm curious. You are going over here. Believe you are cheesy. You, I know, are cheesy. Alright, now we're gonna do a little food Tetris. Hold this, hold on. Push. Ow, fuck me, up the river. Didn't realize that would get so hot. Let's use this as our pushing utensil. Please don't fall everywhere. Okay, good. We're safe. And we're gonna go ahead and turn the heat off on that for the moment. We're gonna have to heat up oil, but we'll get there.
Burger!
Burger indeed. here are our mochi. And here is our mochi sauce. And like
it's time for mayonnaise.
It is not yet time for mayonnaise. Don't worry, you will see mayonnaise tonight. That I promise you. With my heart and my soul and my mayonnaise. Where's my cute? Caked up on a Thursday afternoon. That's me, baby. Don't mind me just clearing a little space. I think once this recipe's done, I may jump to a break for a minute just to clean up a little bit. Anyway, let's see. Now we're gonna go ahead and they are kind of like little potato cakes. So now we're gonna go ahead and coat 2 of them in the sauce and then give them some nori wrapping. And let me actually wheel the camera back over so you guys can keep an eye on this situation as it develops. Move this forward so that other camera can see. There we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm literally just gonna toss and turn you so that way you get nice and coated in that sauce. Beautiful, fun little golden color on it. It looks very yummy. You're gonna get the same experience as well. They do look like chewy little latkes, don't they? Anything beyond latke-esque is a compliment. There we go. And now they don't seem to be always wrapped in mochi, or in nori, I mean, I'm sorry. In, this stuff. But in Pokemon they are. So we're gonna do that as well. There you go, my Legends Arceus friends. Actually, no, let's go ahead and wrap you. You're supposed to not use the nori that's been cooked like this, but I'm going to use the nori that's been cooked like this because that's what I have. And I get to do whatever I want because it's my show. And I gunked my hands in that one. But there we are! They're a little wet and soaky doky, but they look beautiful, I think. And I am going to clear a little real estate and take a picture. I'm gonna gunk my hands in the process. So sorry for this camera moving. I'm gonna use it to take a photograph real quick. Destined for Twitter. Jelly-filled donuts are my favorite. All right, speaking of my favorite, are you guys ready for what this actually tastes like? Don't they look what? They came out so cute. I think they came out. So here's the thing. I think the adorableness is I was gonna take a picture on it, but that didn't happen. Oh well. Oh yeah, sorry, I was swinging the camera around. Apologies. I think the adorableness of these, I think they're greater than the sum of their parts when it comes to appearance. Japanese, they're really, really good at presentation. They really, really are. All right, here we go. They are sweet. You want to eat one with my hands? I will eat one with my hands. There, I got one in my hands. So there's the inside. As you can see, it's very, very soft inside. It is a glaze, so the glaze is sweet and salty with a little bit of vinegary bite to it. They're absolutely, these are... Do I think that you should go out of your way to make these regularly? Do I think that you should try these? Yes. Or if you are at all curious, you will probably find the adventure was worth it. They're absolutely delicious. So this is not one of the cheesy ones. This is one of the ones that's just as they come, so this is what they taste like in Pokemans. Gladly. Try not to make too many chewing noises on the mic, so let me know if I'm making gross noises and I will stop. Oh, actually. Okay, Tanya, are you ready? Are you ready? Look, I've got one right here. I've got one right here. I'm gonna throw it to you. 1, 2, 3! It's been thrown. It's been thrown! I will say, actually, it surprised me. The saltiness of the nori adds even more to it. So I think the seaweed is part of the recipe, not just a handle. They're very good. So anyway, here's one of the cheesy ones. So we're gonna try one with cheese in it. And I'm not gonna put the sauce on this one because sweet sauce with cheese sounds weird. I'm sorry, I'll throw harder next time. God, look at the dangle string. This is one that I put some cheese inside of, and it's cheese inside of fried potato. How bad could it be? Doesn't the ooey gooey look so good?
It's thick.
They're really good with the cheese. Oh no. Okay, you know what? If you do this, you should do this both ways. You should do this both ways. You should do them as is and with a little cheese. The sweet sauce would not be good on the cheesy ones. Honestly, go American. You know what would be good? A little honey mustard or something. God, they're so yummy. The cheese I used was Baby Bell, just because that's what I had on hand. Mozzarella would be good. If you're going to do this, I would do it like a mozzarella. But yes, potato mochi are incredible. They are definitely a lot of work. I understand why these are a festival food, because if you had like the dough ready to go and you could just like boom, 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 you're turning them out really quick. That would make sense to me, that you could do like 1 million of them really quick and they'd be good festival food. That being said, if you're gonna have your friends over and make a bunch, you should do it. They're really good. The ones with cheese in them, I threw food at myself, are amazing. I think by all means you should. So here's the thing. These, even though these are a Japanese snack, these aren't traditionally Japanese. They can't be a traditional Japanese snack because they're potatoes. Potatoes are native to South America, which means by the time the Japanese were making these, they were already international trading. These are fusion cuisine to begin with. You can throw a mozzarella sauce or some garlic in here and you are in the clear. I don't think the ancient culinary masters of Hokkaido are gonna come and beat your ass. I think you're fine. Anyway, these are really good. I have greased the hell out of this area, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut to the BRB screen from bacon cheddar. Oh, bacon cheddar. I wish I had bacon right now. If you put bacon and cheddar in this and did everything else that I did, you will be the fucking queen of the barbecue. I cannot begin to tell you. Yep. These are the product of international trade gone completely right. Anyway, I am going to flip to the BRB screen for a moment so that we can tidy up this area a little bit, and we're going to move into the takoyaki portion of the show, which I'm very excited about. Are you guys ready for dangerous hot oil splashing about? I know I am. I did not finish them already. Oh, finish the show? No, we have more food to cook. I'm just going to get this out of the way. Where's my mouse? Alright, everybody sit tight for just a moment. You're probably going to hear clattering and banging. You might also hear chewing because holy moly, it's so good.
Can I break this?
Yes, you can, and yes, you will. Sorry for the unseen thrashing. You're just missing a lot of tidying up. Ah. My apologies. I mean, unless people get ASMR off of me, Mouse, you need to work, my friend.
Oxygen.
I deserve oxygen. Every single one of you deserves oxygen. Is my tracking fucky?
For
No.
me? You shouldn't have.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't sit down back down yet. I need two very important things. My model's about to break. Yay! I agree. Miss Dunderhead Gloop forgot the food for the food stream. Did you know that you need to have food on your food stream? Did you know that these are things that you need? There we go. Am I fucky? No, I'm good. Anyway, our takoyaki is back. In the event that those didn't totally set, I do have some other ones over there that have been in the freezer for much longer. I have our batter. I'm gonna get our oil started. And then we're gonna talk about mayonnaise. Let's see. So, are these not adorable? These are another Target find. I love them. So, for oil, we're gonna do a shallow fry, and we're gonna try and keep it at about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. For only reason other than I kept it at about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. These are gel nails, yes. So I get my nails gelled all the time. So basically what happened is, I was a boy when the panini started. like right as they were like, hey, some shit's going down in China, I was like, maybe I want to do a jumperoo. And the first person that I told was the lady who cut my then wife's hair. And I kept going to her all through like lockdown and stuff, just as an opportunity to like get out and do girl shit, because sometimes I really wanted my nails done, sometimes I just wanted an excuse to go out and do something feminine. Listen, you strung for little lights in the darkness along the way in 2020. And now I have gel nails all the time and I love them very much. Thank you, poetry. But yes, what we're going to do here... How much did I get in there? A little more than that. We're gonna shallow fry this. Basically, it's not an exact science, we're just gonna keep an eye on it. And a temperature on it. Does that show up on camera? Oh, it will show up on camera once I turn it on, hopefully. Excuse to do girl stuff is very important. Alright, let's have this start getting hot. Do that at medium so it doesn't shoot up out of control. I want the UV lamp. The UV lamp is half the fun, honestly. The cracked nail polish is so cute. It really is. Let's see. So anyway, I purchased a little probe thermometer, just so that we have a ballpark of how hot the oil is. I had never shallow fried until Wednesday when I did this takoyaki for the first time, and honestly, you have to babysit it the whole time, but it's not scary hard. That being said, if you're watching me do all this and you're like, okay, that looks fun, takoyaki looks delicious, I'm scared of the oil, you can air fry these. I put these in an air fryer, they were okay. The oil's better, but you can do it. By the way, a couple other important items to discuss here. Okay, cool. You guys can see on. Let me tilt it up a little bit. Tilt it. Can you? No, you can't see it at all. It doesn't matter if you can see it. I can see it. But yeah, it's at 96, and we're shooting for about 300. The frying is fun. The frying is very fun. I may have a little bit of a hard time getting it perfectly on camera because, like I said, there are like expensive sensors dangling from Tinker Toys right here, and I'm a little scared about getting it totally over the oil. However, once we have our stuff ready, we have a couple of other things. I bought takoyaki sauce. It is literally takoyaki sauce. It's good. That being said, if you want to make the sauce that I just made in the previous video, where it was literally like sugar and soy sauce and rice vinegar, it would probably be good enough. So, I just happened to be able to buy it, and I'd already made some stuff. And then, I'm very excited that this is here. You are very excited that this is here. I know you are, even if you don't know it yet. Get ready to say it. Get ready with the command. Do you guys know what this is? Do you guys know what this is? Do you guys know what this is? Yes! It's time for mayonnaise. It is the Japanese mayo. It is not the Kewpie brand. The reason I didn't buy the Kewpie brand, they had the Kewpie brand, but the Kewpie brand bottles were either 2 times as big as this or 3 times as big as this. I live by myself. I don't need that much mayonnaise, and Lord knows I do not have the self-control to hold back and not eat that much that quickly. I just don't. I just don't. Let's see. So we're gonna try and do this 2 ways. We're gonna try and put our frozen ones in there as is and see how they hold up. And the other thing that we're gonna do is what the creator of this method called the fried chicken method, because the result looks like fried chicken. We are gonna take some glorps of our batter and just drop it right in the oil and see what happens. We're gonna do the way I know works first, and then we're gonna go for plan B. And like I said before, if oil is scary, put it in the air fryer. They put, I've seen the little plastic Kewpies. Do they put the little Kewpies in the mayonnaise? Because that's an upsetting concept. You want to get hotter than 150? You need to get way hotter than that, my friend. Turn it up a little more. This pan takes forever to get hot. We're getting there. We're already halfway there, though. And it's very, very happy I bought this because now it's going to be easy to babysit what the fuck's going on in that oil. Also, very, very happy. So for those of you who didn't see the picture we posted earlier, I posted my setup. First off, I've got a lot of shit set up in front of my computer desk. Excuse me, I'm going to grab some water. There we go. The mochi's all done. God, I'm gonna have to clip the mochi part though. It was so much fun though, and it's so delicious. I also am very, very happy. My back door is right here, like right here. Like you guys, like it's like the camera and then an open sliding door. Hi, TGP. How are you doing, hon? How are you doing? Anyway, for those of you who are just showing up, like TGP, yeah, so what we're doing is we are waiting for our oil to get hot. And then once our oil gets hot enough, we are going to drop our batter in and get our fry on. Now, these did not get as cold as I wanted. You know what? They might still work. And if these turn out to be a mess, I do have some ones that I let freeze longer, which we will use. And by the way, I'm sorry for everyone that are horrified earlier. Can somebody please give Melia my love and my apologies, because she didn't like when I cut up the baby octopi earlier. Melia did not like when I cut up that baby octopi, and it didn't occur to me that that was going to bother anybody. I feel bad. Poor Mel. Poor Mel. Let me tuck my... I'm watching my model hiccup, and I'm like, why is my model hiccup? My model is hiccuping because my hair is in front of the camera, or in front of my face, which I guess makes it in front of the camera. So, the other thing I did discover, a lot of places will just sell you frozen takoyaki. So if you want to really, really, really cheat, you can just buy frozen takoyaki. That being said, this was a lot of fun, and honestly, like I said before when I was making it, the takoyaki batter isn't that hard to make, and if you have to do substitutions, it's not the end of the world. This is such a good song. I love this remix, too. It's a really good remix. But yeah, like I said when I was prepping these earlier, if you want to do takoyaki and swap everything for something that's not seafood, it'll still be delicious. How we doing? We're getting there. So before I kept it right around 300, and as long as it was 300-ish, it seemed to cook fine. This, like, the frying doesn't seem to be an exact science. You just don't want it to get cold, and you don't want it to get so crazy hot it hits its smoke point. By the way, can somebody do me a big favor? I probably should have looked this up much earlier. You could absolutely put bacon in it. If you did takoyaki and instead of octopus and fish stock, you did chicken stock or beef stock and put some bacon in there, it would be really good. It would be delicious. You would not be doing wrong. You would be having a fun snack for yourself, that's for sure. God, this went so much faster on the stove. That's a little annoying. I think I am going to take your advice and get an induction cooker. Especially since I keep doing fucking cooking streams. I was like, I'm not going to do a cooking stream until I get my new model because I want to sit down and make my new model more than anything else, but I haven't really had a stick of time to do it. But I'm like, I'm not going to do any cooking streams until I can do them with my new model. That's going to be #1 priority. But then Pokemon happened and I thought, oh, I should make mochi and I should do it while everybody's still talking about Pokemon. And then I overdid it because I overdo everything. And now we are making takoyaki. But I'm having a fucking great time making takoyaki. Yeah, and I do. So we are not in my kitchen. We are in my computer room. And I'm very, very happy that it's a warm San Diego. It sucked when it was 80 degrees earlier, but now that it's a warm San Diego night, I can leave everything open and the grease can vent. Come on, get hot. Get hot! Have you ever used induction? I think my parents have induction cookers because they're fucking fancy towns. Let's see, actually. How gorpy are you? Let's gorp one out. So here are our takoyaki. So for those of you who missed, I have a new costume. So I have drawn a new costume. I need to model it. But I've drawn a new costume. She has a fun new... She's a little clownier. She's a little queenier. Ooh! Oh, I want that then. Anyway, so these weren't in the cooker very long, or in the freezer very long. And as you can see, it held its shell pretty well, and it's going to turn rounder as it's in the oil. So, whoops! This one's probably going to disintegrate, which is fine. That's allowed to happen. The figure 4. What is this figure 4 you speak of? Are we making... Have I accidentally referenced something? Alright, you know what? The alarm's about to go off, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this in. So, actually, let me go ahead and drop... Let's go ahead and drop you in. Let's go ahead and do a couple at a time. There we go. Oh, I need to watch wrestling. I've never been... Honestly, VTubers and wrestling have such an overlap. So for those of you, let me bring the camera over. As you can see, I'm not deep frying. I am doing what they call shallow frying, which I didn't even know was a thing. They're not totally immersed in the oil, so I'm going to have to flip them, but... All right, let me go ahead and shut that off, actually, because it's starting to get hotter. As you can see, it's now shooting up past, so I'm going to turn the heat off. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip these a few times as they cook until they get golden brown. I did, however, put together my design. Ooh, do you hear him? Can you guys hear him? Can you guys hear him spitting? They spit on the fire. They spit hot fire. There we go. I'm gonna put these other. I'm gonna put 2 more of these in there, just before everything. These melt completely because I don't want them to melt. Because if they melt, then they're gonna go all over the place. There we go. Yeah, and as you can see, I'm glad I turned the temperature off because even after I turned the thermometer off, it kept shooting back up. I'm gonna pick this back up just so that you guys can keep an eye on them, because as you guys can see, the two that I already put in there, they look pretty lovely, don't they? I mean, they're a little bit cubic for takoyaki, but they certainly look pretty fucking delicious, don't they? Let me see, can I go ahead and... Oh! Massive pro strats! Where's the bottom? Look. You can take a second longer. But yeah, they turn very, very pretty as they cook. Yeah, more like taco yummy! And then how long is... Oh, the stream's only been a couple hours. This is one of the things that always makes me sad about cooking streams, is cooking streams are short. I want to keep cooking forever. I'm having so much fun. Hopefully this will be a fun VOD, too. My dream would be to have a consistent cooking setup. I don't have the house space for it, but it would be so nice to have just a consistent stream room that had everything like space for VR and space for cooking, and I could just bust stuff out. I'm gonna flip you back over. You need to flip over. You need to flip all the way over. And then we're gonna go with you guys who have not been in there as long. There we go. There we go! Don't those look so pretty? Don't fry because it's over, smile because it happened. Is that where this is going? Let's go ahead and give the probe some room. Always give your probe some room. That's what we learned in sex ed. So as you can see, this is my second time ever frying like this, and it's not that hard. Just gonna keep an eye on the temperature. Let me turn the heat back on. Let me turn the heat on medium because it's starting to... The heat is starting to drop. So I'm gonna turn the heat back on just to keep it in the ballpark. Oh, what I was gonna ask, can somebody do me a big favor? Google what temperature vegetable oil smoke point is, because I don't want it to smoke. I don't want it to get that hot that it smokes. I think it's like 400 something, so like we would have to really, really, really fuck up for that to happen. I want to be aware. I want to flip you. Yeah. You're getting flipped too. Oh, they're so beautiful. They're so pretty. Oh, 450? Yeah, no, we're not going to hit 450 by accident. I'm so glad these are coming out good because this is gonna be my dinner for realsies. Yeah, she was telling me that she's a fucking scientist. She's fucking smart as hell. I was like, holy guacamole, you are brilliant. I'm gonna go ahead and put this over here. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and pull one out the way they are right now, just to tell you, so that way we can get a bead on if they're undercooked. Because if one comes out and its center is frozen, then we can let the rest of them keep going. Another good song, by the way. Alright, let's see. So here is one. We're gonna go ahead and cut her open in a second. There's a knife. There's a knife. There's a knife. That is actually heating up again, so I'm gonna shut that off. Let's go ahead and move this camera over here so you guys can see. We have arrived at Taco Town, so I'm going to go ahead and slice open our first one as a test. She did cook all the way through, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the rest of them out. And then show you guys. Because I don't want these to overcook now. So let me grab her with the tongs, because she's very hot. So here's what the... you can't see because of the light's location. There we go. This is an interesting shot to line up. So that's what the inside looks like. It's definitely got a mix of... This is hard to shoot, my apologies. There we go. Okay, now, okay. So as you can see, you got the squid in there. Lucifer, finally! Why didn't you come and dunk your big, fat, ugly bot face right in my boiling oil? And here are our friends all done. Yeah, aquabits. Alright, so now here comes our first sampler taster. Dreamy Stage, thank you so much for getting that. So here we go. Oh my goodness, yep. To the surprise of no one, they taste incredible. Now, what we are gonna do is the camera's gonna move on its own. They're not quite ready yet, though. We need to do a couple more things to make these truly their iconic experience that you would get at a festival. And that is Char Spooky Board. Yeah, the Char Spooky Board is here. I thought this would be cute for photos. Let's see. There's the nori. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some cute plating. We're gonna do some cute plating because these need a few things to become truly, truly, truly what they're supposed to be. Isn't the... I love the Char Spooky Board. It's so cute. And yeah, I bought it explicitly for photos. So now that we have those guys, we're going to go ahead and put on a little bit of our takoyaki sauce. If you were not in the mood to buy takoyaki sauce, I get you. There's our sauce. And now, the part that I cannot begin to lie, I am very excited about. The mayo! So when I made these before, I did these with Mediterranean garlic sauce because I didn't want to open this mayo.
Good morning, it's time for mayonnaise.
Yes, it is! There we go. And now they need one more thing, which they did get, which are iconically on them in most of their appearances. Fish flakes. Fish flakes. Bonito flakes. So we're gonna go ahead and put a little bonito on these. Yeah, raisins. They're so good with raisins. People in Japan are always putting raisins on their takoyaki. So these are... They smell very, very, very fishy. They smell very good. Yeah, muy bonito. This takoyaki sauce is very, very good. Oh my god, they're wiggling. Hold on, let me grab the camera. They're wiggling, they're wiggling, they're wiggling. Let me put some more on and then you'll be able to see. Yeah. Do you see it wiggling on its own, chat? Do you see it wiggling on its own, chat? They're not moving a lot because I dropped them. Let me drop a little more. But they love to wiggle. They wiggle. Shake, shake. Bonito move on their own. That's not the breeze. They wiggle. Is that wild? Anyway, I'm going to kill this video for just a moment so that I can take a picture of them. Oh, come on. Just take a photo, camera. Please, I'm in a hurry. I'm hungry. I'm gonna quickly record a video of the wiggle, too. My apologies for double filming, but please, look at the wiggle! Oh, they're wiggling now. You know the picture of the bird that's like, best quality, her wiggles. That's these guys right now. Alright, let me give you guys your signal back. So cute! Alright, we made a mess, but we made an adorable meal in the process, if I do say so myself. So for those of you who missed it, that cutting board is a little delicate, so I'm just using it for photo ops. Alright, let's see, where's mine? I'll just use a knife. I'll just be weird. I'll just be a freak show and use a knife to sample them. Alright. Oh no, you're falling apart. Ideally, you'd want to get them in your mouth in one go. That didn't happen this time. But here we go. We got mayo, we got takoyaki sauce, we got the batter. Nice and deep fried. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely incredible. Fresh. Fresh. They're so good. And honestly, I really, really do think that the bonito, both in the dashi and in the flakes, do a lot to make it exciting. If you're gonna make these, and first off, you should really think about it. They're so good. I did them when I did them in the air fryer. They were good. This is incredible. You should try them with the dashi, and you should try them with the bonito flakes if you can get your hands on those. Oh my god, they're so good. Let me try the rest of you wrapped in nori and see how that tastes. Look at this. They should just present them like this. Look at this little adorable. It's a takoyaki taco. This is the next level. Trying so hard not to give you guys chewing noises, but they are really, really, really incredibly good. I'm glad that I have so much batter too, because I'm gonna go and skate and exercise. Actually, do you guys want to know something funny? In the past 72-ish hours, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I rollerbladed 25 miles in total between all 3 days. That's a lot of skating. And the reason I did that is because I knew I was gonna eat a bunch of takoyaki. Anyway, what we are now going to do is I'm gonna jump up and put some of these batters, especially some of those other ones over there. By the way, one thing I tried in this experiment, which I'll show you guys as well. Instead of using an ice cube tray, I also tried using a muffin tin. These are a little bit hard to deep fry because you have to get them in a lot more oil so that way they get nice and coated. These work pretty good in the air fryer. But yeah, that's the trick. Freeze them, they don't have to be that frozen, just enough to hold together, and put them in hot oil or hot air and you're good to go. But the oil's really good, really, really, really good. Anyway, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna do a couple moments of cleanup as this oil heats up, because we're gonna have to wait a second for this oil to get hot again. And we're gonna try and drop the batter straight in, which is not gonna result in the right shape. It's not gonna result in the adorable little guys that we love. But it's oil. I mean, it's dough. It's been dropped in hot oil and fried. And it tastes good. Like, how could it taste bad? So give me just a moment. I'm gonna let my model glitch out. You guys are gonna have to deal with that as this oil heats up. And then when I'm back, we're gonna do our last adventure of the evening, and that should be very delicious. Yoink. And I am gonna eat the other two on the way to the kitchen. To have, oh, excuse me. It's my water. Oops. There we go. Gloop is overcome with emotion. You called your rabbit over earlier and he actually came to you? That's so cute. I love your bunny. Your bunny is adorable. You have a very cute bun, if I do say so myself. There. That's a little bit like trying to stop a hurricane with plywood, but it's a start. Oh, is your bun more of an aloof bun? A bun that is not up to approaching readily? Let's see, how are we gonna do this? So what we're gonna do in just a moment is, bunnies do this, bunnies do this. When we had a bun, actually, if we have a moment for the oil to get hot, I will go ahead and grab that picture. How long do we... Oh, this oil is going to take forever because this burner is so fucking slow. Let me check the animal channel on our Discorder. Our Discorder? That is like beyond boomer calling it the Google. Our Discorder. But yeah, when we had one, the bun was so bad. Let me find the pictures of him. Here's a little crime man. Here, this is a story in 2 parts. Part 1. And part 2. Isn't this keyboard cute? I love this. Is my work computer. So what happened is I'm using this because it's wireless. My computer is a little bit overways. Are you talking with your friends on the Discorder? You causing disorder on Discorder? I love the God. The problem with the name Discorder is it makes me think of that bad guy from, I almost said Pokemon. The other show with the rainbow little creatures running around who all want to be friends. My Little Pony. Makes me think of that villain. Because, fun fact, if you were a brony in If you were a brony in 2011, you are now either a trans woman or a white supremacist. And the reason and the key on which way you go is whether you're exploring your femininity through a cute show, or you sought to commit an atrocity beneath the eye of God and fuck a horse. That's the only 2 ways it could go. I've said that comment before, but we're waiting for oil to heat up. So yeah, what we're gonna do here is I've got a ton of takoyaki batter left, and we are going to drop some scoops of it into there, and hopefully it's gonna hold together. If it doesn't, oh well, I already had dinner. And then we're gonna pull those out and sample them. We are literally all waiting for the drop. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can double darn this camera here. For a second, I was like, oh no, they just saw me. And then I realized, I don't give a shit if you guys see me. I have posted myself on my own Twitter. All right, so here's our oil. A big scoop. Didn't land with as much of a splash as I was hoping it would, but... Here's another one. So I think I'm gonna do 2 and see how those turn out. And then after we see how these turn out, then we are going to go fishing for some more. But they seem to have held together fairly well. Let me put that back in the bucket. Let me give him a flip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give an immediate flip just so that way, yeah. So, very blorp. So because I've given them an immediate flip, as you can see, now the outside, none of the outside is cooked at all. Like, it still has a long way to go. But because it's no longer just pure dough, now it's got a little bit of a, yeah, exactly. It is a takoyaki fritter. Thank you for reminding me of that term. That's totally what they are. In Dragon Quest I, there's a giant squid called the Tentacular. Well, you know what there is in real life? My friend, the Tentacular. Bring the camera over again. No, I do not want to reload site, thank you. Sorry, this phone is having a hard time. It's interesting, the ones that aren't frozen have puffed up significantly more. So, the takoyaki fritter approach might be a way to go, because these are definitely, like, these have gotten a lot bigger, because I didn't put a big scoop in there, and these are definitely swelling. That was my elbow. Ow. How's the oil temperature? 319 exactly. Okay, we're Gucci. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I know. There, I just turned on the alarm on the oil thing so that way if the oil gets out of control, I'm not watching it. Speaking of out of control, look at you bubbling on the side. That's wild. Flip ya. Oh, look at how those are turning out. Hey, those look really good. I do not think these are takoyaki by any traditional definition, but they look really delicious, don't they? But yeah, anyway, before I cut myself off, I was setting an alarm so if the oil starts to get uncomfortably hot, we can just kill the heat. I bet they are too, yeah. I'm probably gonna... Honestly, considering I have all this set up, I'm probably gonna end up having a few of these for dinner, because I haven't eaten that much tonight. Like, you guys saw me, like, I didn't eat all the mochi. There's some in the fridge. I'm going back for them. And I ate those takoyaki, but they weren't very big. This is the theme song of takoyaki frying. I will eat, don't you worry. You don't have to remind me to eat. I love food. That's why I'm doing a cooking show. I love food. Honestly, that's been one of the things that's really nice about doing stuff like this is there's so many foods where I'm like, that sounds delicious, and I would love a chance to do that. Like, I would love to, like, oh, I want to see how takoyaki are. Oh, I want to see how potato mochi are. And I would never sit and do it just for myself. And I would do it with my family. Like, I would do it with JPEG, I would do it with my mom. Like, I come from a long line of foodies, but I'm not around them all the time. This I have an excuse to, and it's wonderful. Anyway, yeah, oh, these, now I understand why he calls this the fried chicken method. They are looking pretty chickeny. So I'm gonna pull one of them out, and I'm gonna leave the other in there for... I'm gonna leave the other one in there for literally just a minute longer. But here's the first one I've pulled, so let's go ahead and get you up nice and close to the camera.
Tender.
This looks like a chicken nugget. This looks like a chicken nugget. But let's open her up. So first off, when I stab it, yeah, it collapses. And the inside has got a little bit more glorp to it. Let's see how it tastes. Oh my goodness. These are incredible. They have a very different texture from the frozen ones. They're very, very... I'm going to pull this other one because they're probably done. These have a very different texture from the frozen ones. They are absolutely... Bouncy Misha! Hello, hun. Hold on. Are there now 3 genies? Because I have to be honest. I thought that genie problem was bouncing Misha. I was starting to get suspicious. Hi Misha, hello hon. How are you doing? We're making avant-garde takoyaki. This is the end of our culinary adventures. So it does not look like a takoyaki, but yeah, let me hold this up to the camera. Well, this could be potentially considered chicken, but no, that is our takoyaki batter. And these are really good. So guess what? If you are don't need your takoyaki to be shaped the proper takoyaki round, you can do this, and they're very, very, very good. I will say, in terms of texture, I think the frozen ones had a crispier outside, and I think I like the crispier outside better. I think what happened is that the outside was able to get even crispier, because the inside was still cooking all the way through. Whereas these bad mama jamas, because the dough is room temperature, it all cooks a lot quicker as opposed to the center being frozen. Both are good. Both are definitely good. I think the frozen with the ice cube tray strategy produces the most takoyaki-esque, not only shape, but the inside too as well. So as you can see, the inside of this one, let me cut the big one open. Let me rip her. It's a little gorpier inside, which is not a problem. It's still very good, but it definitely is a different texture. It's got a different little bit of a fluff. But yeah, the round shape is the iconic look, and the freezing step, as you can saw, like I didn't have them in the freezer that long at all. I had them in what, like an hour maybe tops, and they hold together nicely. That's good. I will say, if you do the texture of these that are the freeform ones, they remind me more of the air fryer ones. So if you think this texture looks good, you can do the freeze and air fry strategy. And if you do the freeze and air fry strategy, then you don't have to mess with all of this bullshit and be like, hey, cool, I have hot oil. So, that is another very effective way to do it. So honestly, if you're like, I want to try these, but I'm scared of oil, do the air fryer. If you want to try everything, do the freeze. Honestly though, none of these taste bad. They all taste really good. Also, for the love of God and all that is holy, if you are going to make takoyaki, get this. Get the real mayo. You owe yourself this mayonnaise. It is the most delicious mayonnaise I've ever had in my fucking life. It does not taste like any mayonnaise in the US. It's a very different flavor. It's very, very good. You're gonna put this shit on everything for like 2 weeks. I promise you that. So if you're gonna try and do takoyaki, get this, get the dashi, get that bonito broth. That helped a lot. If you're not big on seafood, not big on octopus tentacles, you could do this with literally any other meat and it would probably still turn out delish. But in conclusion, the mochi! We did the mochi too! The mayo is amazing. You really owe yourself. And here's the thing. This mayonnaise, you don't have to buy refrigerated, so you could buy the dashi and the mayo on the internet and just get them shipped to you, and they'd probably be pretty cheap. The dashi I know is cheap as hell. When I bought the dashi was probably one of the cheapest things I bought for this project. Everything else, like the dashi is the only thing that I think for this, one, you need. Do you want to track my hands? The only thing I think, like, one, you need, two, is hard to find in US grocery stores. Everything else you can find a substitute for. Like hell, like I did the pickled ginger, you could throw a fucking packet of relish in there. I am not kidding you. If you went to like McDonald's and got a packet of relish and just right in there, you'd be fine. You can't go wrong, it's fried dough. The potato mochi are... Make them with your friends. They're really good, they're really good. They're really, really, really good with cheese in the center. The sauce is lovely. The nori is important. The seaweed makes it more exciting. There definitely isn't just there as a handle. It's definitely there to make it good. But if you're going to put the effort into cooking anything, it's the takoyaki. I think there's a reason why these are so, like, iconic and just memetic as a Japanese culture thing of, like, this is a food you get at festivals. It's because they're fucking incredible. So yeah, if you guys are thinking about doing experiments, do that one. The mochi, they're not hard. These are worth the work. These are worth the work. Bonito, I bought the bonito flakes you can buy as well. I will go grab the packaging as well, because when I got them in these nice little envelopes where it's like 6 of these inside of the package. And what's nice is because there's 6 of them inside of the package, then you're not going through all of them. Cause I don't know about you, but I don't need that many bonito flakes in one go. But yes, God, you know what makes me really happy? We're at the end of a cooking stream. Everything tasted good. Nothing was miserable. Nothing was intended to taste bad. Even the things that were a little weird, like the octopus tentacle. I get why the octopus tentacles threw people, but like, and I'm sorry, Mel. Yeah, Mel, if you see this VOD, I'm like, I'm sorry that I made you see baby octopi. I didn't realize that was gonna gross people out. Let me see who we can raid into. It's so nice to not eat something gross. It is so nice to not eat something gross. But yes, I think I'm gonna have dinner and clean up here. Let's see who we can. Oh, I can read in a Spiky. Let's go crash Spiky's party. Yeah, so you did. So I will call it out on the VOD as a warning because it bothered some people. The takoyaki that I made have baby octopi, and I did cut up baby octopi and put their little tentacles in the broth. If that grosses you out, I'll warn you about it on the VOD. And if you did this yourself, you could use shrimp. Hell, you could use chicken. I think what makes this taste good is the dashi more than the octopi. The octopi are still really good, and I think their tentacles are just kind of an iconic part of it, but if it grosses you out, skip it! I'm glad people enjoyed it. Let's get a raid into Spiky setup. And I have no idea what I'm doing with my life coming in the future. Oh, I just clipped by accident. I wanted to set up a raid. I don't know what my Monday's gonna be. I don't know what my Wednesday's gonna be. I haven't gotten that far. I do want to stream the new Wii Sports. I love that we're gonna get a new Wii Sports. I want to fucking stream that, so that should be very exciting. And I do want to do more cooking streams in the future. Once I get my new model up, we're gonna do more food. I love doing food streams. These are so much fun, and I love that you all hung out with me for this one. I'm a very happy Gloop right now. I really am. But yes, let's see what's up with the... Oh, wow! Cool, there were like 19 people here, love it. Anyway, go tell Spiky about Takoyaki. He's made weird food too, bug him about it. But I love you guys, see y'all on Monday, and peace out.
Gloop, thank you for the raid.
I don't know sports.
I don't watch hockey.
Who the fuck plays sports? Who does a sports ball? Yeah, sports
Guys, you
ball.
don't know this? God, it's the Chicago Blackhawks.
Okay, we're clicking that. What's up, Gloop?
I don't think
Thank you
anyone
for the
would name their
raid.
team the Penguins. That's what I'm.
Bouncy Misha. I see party games. Welcome, welcome. It's really cursed. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Gloop. It's gonna be cursed. But thank you for the raid.
Just you.
Why the fucking
We all
penguins?
fucking die.
But yeah, it's a boy Spucky Hamster with the retro
Drop
and
your
indie games. But
words
today,
down,
we were playing Jackbox with everybody else here.
Mm.
I was gonna say Jackbox with the boys, but
Hey,
not.
look, it's Chalice,
It's
we all
just
can't
JJ
die.
and Cannonball that are the
Oh,
boys.
No,
Fuck,
wait,
oh
no.
fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Alright.
You cooked? What? You like IRL cook? Like easy bake oven again?
Challenge 5.
I guess I'll pick 4.
Me potato mochi like Pokemans. Holy shit! Was it good? Did it actually taste good? Because I've tried my own little like culinary experiments that did not turn out well.
I led a good life.
Thank you, D, for plugging in the audience so they can actually like vote and kill me. Am I gonna get Graham points
I
back?
never die. I'm
Dorothy
about to
will.
start looking at
It depends on the mods. Cop mods, if you can. Return
Ooh,
Well,
Return Darth's
Cthulhu
points.
just dead.
damn.
Potato mochi is good, but a lot of work.
Poison one.
Fucking dead.
Bruh, you had one choice, and it was the worst one.
Yeah, why? Who would pick the Skull Cup?
Yeah, I forgot to switch models.
It's like
because we got
the
distracted.
cup
I
that
was
would
trying.
pick.
I was trying to reverse psychology you.
Sorry, Darth.
You cat.
Sorry, Darth.
for reverse psychology to work, you gotta talk to them first. Otherwise, you're just throwing it at nothing.
Oh, I know this one.
Oh, hey, that's a.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna say actually. I know what it is, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it.
And
It's because I watched a lot of the most extreme on Animal Planet.
Anaconda.
My anaconda don't.
I'm a patience. Fuck. That sounds intimidating as fuck. What the fuck, dude?
I probably answered wrong.
Enough is
but
enough.
whatever.
Pulls out channel points.
Oh, never mind. I'm smart.
Same.
Red and yellow kills a fellow, and then there's one where it's like it looks like a coral snake, but it's not. and There's
Yeah.
another rhyme for that one.
The only snake
Red
types
and
I know are
brown,
rattle
it's a-
and cobra.
No, something else.
Only one I know is copperheads, because that's what we have around here.
One time
Let's go, me and you.
Was
it
it?
feels like a garden.
Go ahead.
I have a sad story to tell. My father is afraid of snakes. One time,
Yeah, that's just
snake
Beast
got
Boy.
into our house and he freaked the hell
The
out.
weird
and it
green guy is
scared
just
me,
Beast
so I've
Boy.
never seen my dad be afraid of anything. It's very
As a
sad.
kid, my dad shot
We
a
had to
snake
murder
with
it
a
with a
gun.
machete. Yeah, we had to murder ours with a machete, and he had to be the one to do it because he wanted to show he wasn't afraid. He has like an actual phobia of them, so that
Hime, I guess Fox girls make do. I would say Chicago.
Oh, which answer was the worst?
Good.
Ooh.
I think Papa
Uh-oh,
John's.
I picked the wrong one. I
Papa
thought it was
Bless.
Oh, that's what-
Extra
Yeah,
sauce, by the way.
Sorry.
Extra, no, extra cheese is
sorry.
fine. No, we're doing extra cheese.
Sorry.
Extra sauce though.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
I'm
well, good. It was still Chicago.
Wow. Fucking
No,
wow.
Deep dish pizza, bro.
the deep dish.
The deepest dish.
I was gonna say San Francisco because of that scene from Inside Out.
I don't remember Inside Out actually having a
Broccoli
pizza scene.
Broccoli pizza sounds.
Yeah, that
good.
was a scene in Inside
Oh,
Out.
yeah,
They
yeah,
bought-
yeah.
They bought broccoli pizza.
Broccoli pizza sounds good.
Yeah, I love broccoli.
You know what?
Just
I'm
bummed my
gonna
orange.
crush it now and just come back from $0.
I'm spraying orange juice everywhere trying to get this thing open.
I think it has to be this one.
I think it's this one.
You know what? It's
Oh, they
that
all
one.
have 7 letters.
Yeah, they all have 7 letters though.
Yeah, it's a full tray. It's just like what letters are worth the most.
What?
So fucking good at this game. Holy shit.
No,
Video.
no. The Bucks always get the best points. What the fuck?
Oh no, math, my worst subject.
Man.
I suck at this one.
Oh wait, I didn't know this was a thing.
Go ahead, Ham.
I'm getting
Wow,
there.
Goo is
No,
fucking your shit up.
Dude,
Goo.
fucking get it,
Goo,
Goo.
goo, don't.
Ham,
Go.
Ham, you're blowing it.
I'm not.
You're blowing
I
it,
didn't know.
Ham.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Fully Ham on stream.
Ah,
Ham, you're blowing it.
I'm blowing it. I'm catching up. I'm catching up.
Kimi's gonna come hurt you.
Hi, how's it going?
Damn it! The thing is, I'm playing on a tiny screen.
Died.
I'm playing on the phones. Fuck.
Died.
Whoa, sex! I'm dead.
Mikey, you let me
Quick
down.
math. Let's go.
Quick mats.
Oh hey, look, I got some money now.
Oh, I just
I'm
want
over
that.
there spanking. No, no.
Oh, achievement unlocked apparently. Thanks.
Bouncing me. You can play Jack Dawson, bro. The shade. The sheer shade of everybody.
What the heck?
Group in a hotel?
Wasn't
Matilda's the only one I
Matilda?
know.
Yeah, isn't Matilda? Is that the one where she has powers?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
Okay, so that wasn't a
Played
hotel.
by
I
Mara
don't think.
Wilson.
she's female Ness basically.
I know one of these characters.
Yeah, I only know of Matilda. She grew up in like that broken down home.
Eloise.
Oh my god, I'm so
Yo,
fucking good.
Junie!
Take it.
Who the fuck is
Junie, we're
Eloise?
epic!
Who the fuck is Eloise? You could have just told me in chat. You could have cheated for me.
Genie,
What
we're
show besides the-
epic.
What show besides The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody took place in a hotel?
Fuck.
This is the sweet life.
I didn't even watch that show.
We got the sweet life.
I couldn't get into it. I couldn't relate to these twins.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
And all you have to do is simply make sure not a single person does better than you, or you die. It's that simple.
I don't know. There we go. I want you for a person who fails at math. Okay, to be fair, I didn't know it was math. The portion of the screen that actually had the question was covered for me, and I had to like enhance the picture to see what it was. Then I got the hang of it. I thought it was just random numbers at first. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh shit! I didn't realize you had to put every single color. Bye, Goo.
Who
I
is
didn't-
Goon?
Yeah, I didn't realize you had to do
Gun.
like
What?
each one at a time.
Predators are supposed to
Yeah,
attack.
that's where I
Excuses,
fucked
Goo.
up as well, Goo. I thought it was just like, it's 2 colors, so yeah. I didn't realize I had to pick all 6 colors.
Junie, you're colorblind.
Sweet out loud.
Got 'em all.
No chance to know that I'm not cool.
Why
I
is
don't know
it
if I
gotta be
like
on
this
color?
game.
This game is racist.
What? Wait a minute. What's on the Snapchat?
Are they just
What do you mean?
from a series of books published in
How would-
1955? Oh,
Actually
what the?
know this.
Oh yeah, this one is.
What if the logo changed? 'cause
Yeah.
this game's updated.
Alicia, don't give me the answers.
It's-
I already fucking knew.
It's a camera.
Also, I'm in my 30s. What's Snapchat?
This one.
Wow, yeah. What a great question. Who asked this?
Yeah.
How about this?
Sucks.
Love literature about young kids trying to kill each other.
What?
Oh, yeah?
It's Squid Games, bro. This is Squid
Hunger
Games.
Games.
Me and you, JJ?
What games?
Hunger Games died first.
Oh.
What?
The first one.
Oh, I don't read trash.
Yeah, I don't read trash either.
Yeah,
Whatever.
trash.
Boom, this one.
It's trash.
Thresh from League of Legends? Whoa.
No, Thresh was. I actually know. I know
I gotta
Thresh
stop.
was.
D,
in
tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. D, I just already voted. It's too late
I
now.
know these
But
characters, but I think it's.
please confirm. I need confirmation bias. What the fuck is this?
Oh,
Everyone
Rude.
guessed
God
it.
damn it.
I fucking guessed
I will
it.
rue this fucking day.
I knew Rube died, but I didn't think it was first.
Yeah, well, I was like, surely it's one of those early characters because they all died at the beginning when they
I
rushed
I thought it was
Cornucopia.
counting side
Ham,
characters.
Junie?
hamburger.
How did it get back?
Ham.
Oh.
Burger.
Junie, do not take the money.
I don't read fucking
Please.
garbage.
Great, great,
Damn.